Is SoFi another 10x, 3x opportunity? Is it a company that you should be paying attention to? We're going to find out in this video today, guys. My name's Trey Carter, part of the Trey Carter Show. Let's get into this video. So I have a video from CNBC, from actually one of my favorite investors. His name is Chamath. Terrible pronouncing last names, but Chamath is one of those very intelligent investors, one of the guys that I look up to that I think that is absolutely incredible. He has a couple different SPACs that he's been partnering and actually getting different companies to go public through a SPAC-based acquisition. So we're going to hop into this video today. SoFi is a company that has actually been around for a minute, but literally just popped up on my radar thanks to the YouTube algorithm, more so specifically because of Chamath and him actually choosing SoFi to help them become public. It's actually a fintech stock, which is online banking based. In fact, I want to make a couple videos about this company because I'm actually going to be putting quite a bit of money into SoFi, and I'm also going to be using their platform to actually invest in. So we're going to be using a little bit of Fidelity and actually a little bit of SoFi. But let's get into this video.
Chamath Palihapitiya announcing here on halftime his latest special acquisition company will merge with the popular fintech firm SoFi. You know that well. And take that company public. There's Chamath. He joins us now. Congrats. Welcome.
Hey, Scott. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Happy New Year.
I know you as well, and I know it's a big day for you. Why SoFi? Have you been targeting fintech for a while? How did this come together?
Yeah, you know, a lot of the things that I do is try to look back at some of the best investments we've made, like Amazon and Tesla, and try to find patterns. And in this, what I was trying to do was map those patterns into financial services, just because we're at a point in time where it's clear that the banking infrastructure really isn't meeting the needs of U.S. consumers. And so what I did was just kind of systematically try to figure out what was broken in banking.
When he's talking about like the actual banking being broken and not helping people the way that it should, is that you could look at it through a couple different layers, but basically, I mean, how often do you have a bank that you literally feel like is looking out for your best interest? What's interesting, he's going to go into this as well. My first experience hopping on SoFi is that they were 100% focused on education and educating you on the best way to help you become financially independent, whether it's through wealth management, investing, or even managing debt, or even trying to make sure what your actual budget. They even have financial advisors they can get you on there, and some of which are actually listed for free. I don't know if they charge for any of them, but they have people on that you can actually schedule a meeting with to get taken care of. It's really interesting because, like, SoFi's whole focus is the actual consumer, not just trying to get you in their funnel and take every nickel and dime they can for you. They're literally, it feels like they're focused on the consumer in the way that you would hope a company would be.
Try to figure out what was broken in banking, and then try to figure out which company was best representative of the solution that people wanted, which I can basically tell you is three things. People want low to no fees, they want fair and transparent lending, and they want a full suite of products so that you can basically have a one-stop shop. And SoFi basically was the top of the list when I looked across all the companies on those dimensions.
What blows me away is that how little aware of SoFi that I was, but looking at their product, it's literally like a perfect blend of Fidelity and Robinhood. You know, Robinhood, you love the user interface, you love the way that it looks and feels. They just have no customer service, as in if something really bad happens or you need a lot of help, you have to go through the AI and email people. Well, if I have over $200,000+ in an account, I don't want to wait for an email. I want to talk to somebody, which is why I love Fidelity. But Fidelity isn't as smooth or as clean as Robinhood. But now, SoFi, I'm telling you right now, first-hand experience working with their customer service. They're based out of the United States. They've got different partnerships in different areas, but you're talking to someone that's from the U.S. You're not going to be struggling with the language barrier, and they're going to help you out really well. At least they did with me.
Obviously been following SoFi for a long time. It's been a member of CNBC's Disruptor 50 list, so we're very familiar with it. We're familiar, obviously, with Anthony Noto. The idea of this disruptive force, Chamath, in banking post-financial crisis and what people are looking for, that's a big part of the success of SoFi and certainly of your attraction to it.
Yeah, in fact, you know, the way that I think about this is I call this sort of the anatomy of innovation, right? You look under the hood of the best companies and the best CEOs, they do the following things. The first thing is, when you get a good product, you don't sit on your heels. You double down and you invest really aggressively to use technology to drive down the cost. And then what you do is you deliver those savings onto consumers. Then you launch many more products on top of the same platform.
Literally makes me think of Tesla. It makes me feel like there is a parallel with the focus like Tesla has within pushing the world forward to renewable energy and also driving costs down with technology. SoFi is doing that exact same thing, especially when you listen to their CEO. Different personality type is like, for example, Elon Musk, but when you're listening to him and you look at his experience and his history, you can tell this guy's got it going on. He's got it going on. That's a weird way to say it. He knows what he's doing. I don't know why that Jesse's Mom song just popped in my head. Anyways.
And the most important thing you have to do for people is to democratize access to a key resource. That's what Amazon has done. That's what SoFi is doing. Because the problem that banks have right now is after the great financial crisis, what they've done is they make money with hidden fees, with exorbitant fees. They have very restrictive lending practices. Ask anybody who's a middle-income person or a minority or a woman. It's incredibly hard to get access to the money you need to fulfill your dreams. And SoFi has fixed all these things, which is why I think it's such an incredible business.
I mean, SoFi made it clear that it was entertaining the idea of going public through a SPAC. How did you convince Anthony Noto that you were the right sponsor to be the one to make it all come to fruition?
So, you know, the thing that Anthony has done, which is incredible, is he's basically created, again, as I said, this one-stop shop that gets, you know, your money right? A whole suite of products. And the thing is, a lot of what I've done in the past and what my team has done is really help people operationally improve how they grow, how they market, how they can virally expand. And all of these dynamics, I think, came to play because when you look under the hood at SoFi, there's this incredible thing happening. You have these millions of customers, 1.8 million last year, 3 million members this year, but then they are paying for millions and millions of products. And so what we saw were these dynamics where there was this incredible upselling and cross-selling behavior. And what I talked to Anthony about was, you know, can I help? Can I try to do what I've, you know, been able to do at Facebook, what I was able to do at Slack? You know, in fact, when Anthony and I first met 10 years ago, it was actually when he was at Twitter, and we talked about working together there to do the same things. And so that's how the relationship started, and that's how we decided to come together and do this transaction.
I've always sort of wondered when you have a SPAC, it's the quest is about the what, right? I mean, you have basically a year to go find the what. What company are you going to try and merge with and take public? What's not discussed so often is the who, the man or woman behind the company, who is the operator. What is it about Anthony that is attractive? And can you just speak in general to that idea of the importance of the person who's actually running these companies? Because, you know, not all SPACs are created equal. They're not a guaranteed success. You have to rely on the person who's founded this company. You're the investor.
Look, I think you're seeing, even through the events of the last 24 hours, leadership and character really matter. Because you are faced with incredibly difficult decisions of policy, of morality, all kinds of things. Here's what I can tell you just personally about Anthony. He has lived an incredibly hard life to get to where he has. And I have tremendous empathy for that because I've lived a similar path. And so I just have deep respect for the man that he is and the character that he has. But then, you know, practically speaking in his career, he is just completely money in the bank. I mean, the former CFO of the NFL, the former CFO of Twitter, the former COO of Twitter, an incredible banker, a great research analyst, and just a wonderful human being. So this is sort of a what you see is what you get kind of guy who really believes in, you know, advancing financial services for, you know, middle America, for normal folks to be able to sort of get ahead. And I just think that that's a person you want to see win. And then as a result, the company that he's built is just really special.
A lot of investing, guys, is not just investing on what you think the stock price would be, but you're actually betting on the actual jockey. So if you have like horses that race, for example, you don't bet on the horse. You bet on the guy that's riding the horse. And when I look at a company like SoFi, like it has me super interested to where enough so that when I start like researching a company, I want to start a position with them, right? I want to put some skin in the game. And the more that I dive into actual SoFi and I learn about the leadership that they have, and I literally get on my phone and I go through the app and I look at the product that they have, and then I play with the investing side. I put money in, play a little bit with the crypto, and I see how easy they lay everything on there. And it's so easy to go from the investing side to then the quote bank side, like your money is if you put like a savings account, or if you're interested in getting a loan. Like how it's set up is so simple and all in one device. You could obviously do it on your computer, but it's super simple and super easy. One other thing I want to add in there as well that I absolutely loved is that it has, like I mentioned earlier, the user interface simplicity of like a Robinhood, but then it has the safety and security and customer service and everything that you would want if you had a large portion of your money in there like Fidelity has. It's like the perfect middle ground. One thing they go a step further on is that they have two-step authenticator on there. So for example, if I get on my computer, it texts me an actual code. So then I have to put that code in to verify it's me, that I have everything that's in front of me. Or when I get on my device, for example, it does the Face ID. So it has to scan my face to be able to get in. Now, I'm a big fan of Square and Cash App, but with Cash App, you could just, as long as your phone's unlocked, you have access to everything that's in there. If somehow they get through and my phone's unlocked and then get into my actual SoFi account, they have to have another step in there as well. So when it comes to security, simplicity, and also how wonderful the app feels, 110%. SoFi is a company that I'm sold on. I'm going to continue to do research on. Very curious to watch how they grow. And either way, guys, we're going to be putting some money into SoFi. If you guys enjoy this video, you guys like investing related content, Tesla related content, or you just want to watch a guy that's trying to figure out his way through everything, click the subscribe button down below, guys. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.